Hello and welcome to the Talkcast Podshow. We're back at it. Kaiser, my friend, so happy you're alive.
Yeah, me too.
There are probably people that need a little bit of context for that. So why don't you say why you're alive?
So, fun timing. I went to San Francisco a couple of weeks ago to visit the boyfriend. Polyamorous, I've got a boyfriend, husband, whatever. And so while I was up in San Francisco, technically Oakland, but I usually say San Francisco because when I say Oakland, people are like, oh my gosh, take care. It's bullshit. So I'm up there, right? And I'm having a good time. We're going to bakeries. We go to Tartine. Absolutely spectacular. If you're in San Francisco, go to Tartine. It's a bakery. It's delicious. It's one of the best I've ever been to.
Yeah, I got Porto's over here, so.
And, Porto's pretty good. Honestly, there's another one out here that I need to take you to when you get here. Anyway, point being, I was originally supposed to come home like a couple of days before my flight kept getting delayed, mostly just because of weather stuff, right?
And because you wanted to keep eating delicious baked goods.
And making out with my boyfriend. There's two things in this world I am a simp for. A good pastry and
pastries and dick.
Yep, that's it. That's the joke. So my flight keeps getting delayed, and finally, there's no delay. I'm leaving on Wednesday, except little problem. On Tuesday, I start having tummy issues, and I'm like, okay, I got a tummy ache. It's whatever. But then the tummy ache kind of moves a little bit down and to the right. Now, if anybody out there has ever had appendix problems, you kind of know where this is going. It moved down to the right because my appendix decided that it wanted to do its best impersonation of a grenade. And so the night before, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to wake up. It's probably like some blockage down there. It'll pass. I wake up in the morning. It is not blockage. And I pinpoint the moment it went from I might need to go to a doctor to take me to the hospital immediately. And oh my God, I cannot tell you what appendicitis feels like. It is an unbelievable pain that it got so bad. It was so bad my colon perforated. And it's an exhausting pain that like by the time the doctor saw me, I could barely keep myself awake. Partially also because I couldn't have any water. They're like, no, you can't drink anything right now. So I've gone almost all day without water. I have been through the worst pain of my life. And by the time the doctor sees me, I am just so glad that they're putting drugs in me. Oh,
yeah, so you're laying there, you're dehydrated, you're exhausted, and your ass has been ripped to shreds by your body.
Well, not my ass specifically. My ass at this point is actually very unaffected.
There you go.
It's just everything. It's everything leading up to the ass. That's the problem. And so I remember laying in the damn bed alone because it was flu season and during the nurse strike. So they're understaffed. I'm begging somebody to come and get me. They finally do, and they're like, yeah, by the way, your appendix is exploding. It needs to come out tonight. And I'm like, get it out of me. I don't care. Fucking, you have every consent.
Get rid of it.
Yeah, just put me under and get rid of this goddamn thing. So, by the night, by like 11 p.m., they've got my appendix out, and I had to spend 2 days in the hospital. I don't know how my insurance is going to respond to this. It was Kaiser Permanente. I've got fucking Blue Cross Blue Shield, PPO, technically an emergency, so they should cover it. I'll figure it out later.
We're about to stress test that bitch.
Yeah, so that was about 2 weeks ago. Almost to the day, actually. Yeah, no, to the day. It was 2 weeks ago to a day. I'm like, I've got 2 more weeks before I can start working out again, but otherwise I'm fine. So
happy you're alive.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative, allegedly.
I have thought about it from time to time, and I'm gonna keep up being alive. I'm gonna keep it up
just for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue to see how this rolls out, but
mealtime. Okay, those are bad. Those are bad. Those are another half dozen eggs down the tube. Maybe I should buy them a half dozen at a time, or maybe I should just subscribe to HelloFresh, because with HelloFresh, They send me properly portioned ingredients for every meal listed that you select. And you pre-select your meals every week going into it. So you know what you're going to eat and you get exactly what you need. Save yourself time, save yourself money, save yourself heartache of throwing away a bunch of perfectly good eggs, or they were once perfectly good. I don't know. They didn't deserve that, and you deserve better. So get yourself some HelloFresh. If you go to HelloFresh.com/4starbento and use the code BentoFM at checkout, you can get 10 free meals with your subscription. Who says there's no such thing as a free lunch? Not HelloFresh. I mean, I guess those meals don't have to be lunch necessarily. They could be dinner, it could be breakfast, could be a whole lot of things. Regardless, you can get 10 free meals and free shipping. Save yourself some heartache, save yourself some time, save the eggs.
Yeah, happy to have you here so we can talk about anime and stuff.
Oh, man.
What would it be like if I had to have this conversation without you?
Yeah, honestly, anime
It would
is
be
what
different.
anime is what keeps me alive. You know, this is the reason. This is the reason I
God
keep
and anime.
This is the reason I keep re-upping my subscription.
There you go. That's how you do it. So we're going to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I want to give like a little rundown of other little things because I'm sure you've been watching some stuff while you've been recovering. I saw 2 YouTuber indie movies that kind of give me hope for the future of entertainment.
I think I know which one of them was. I bet I actually know which both of them were.
You probably know which one both are, but go ahead and choose one.
Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stefan and I went and saw that one. Honestly, I'm vaguely familiar with these guys' work. But
Yeah, because Stefan showed us episodes.
Yeah, because it was a big chunk of the basis for Unabridged, I think. He mentioned that it was a big inspiration for that. And I barely remember most of that stuff. But the movie, brilliant. I loved it. We saw it in like a packed theater. This was probably on its like second or third week in its run. And it's kind of like a Borat-esque mockumentary style kind of thing, but less with the like public secondhand embarrassment aspect and more them just trying to tell a story using guerrilla filmmaking.
The really cool and interesting part is I could not tell the difference between what they definitely had scripted and what they did not have. Like there were times that I was like,
you've seen it too?
Yeah,
awesome.
Actually, I saw it. Well, so I was originally going to go see a completely different film, but Gavin accidentally got the days wrong. And so while we were at the Salamo Draft House, we realized that was playing. And I'd only seen the episodes you and I had seen because Stefan had showed us. But I had asked online already, hey, can I go see this movie without having seen the rest of the show? And everyone was like, yeah, sure, it's fine.
I don't remember like next to anything these guys have done, and I'm just like, oh wow, that was just a great fun movie.
Luckily for me, and this was to its benefit, Alamo Drafthouse actually had a whole recap. Their pre
Gotcha.
Like it was a whole recap of the entire series. So I at least had that going in. But I have to say, to those who saying you don't need to know anything going into it, I gotta tell you, it's still gonna be funny. It's still gonna be. It would help a lot. It would help a significant amount because this
I understood it without knowing anything. So like I'm from the perspective of somebody that knew next to nothing about these guys going in.
It's really not about understanding. I think it's about having the emotional connection because it's the series.
Fair.
It's kind of the series finale to everything. That being said, I ended up seeing it. It's weird. It's a weird movie. It's a fun movie. I was saying, by the way, I wanted to finish that thought. I could tell what was definitely scripted, but the things there were some times I'm like, wait, hold on, that like interacting with random people, was that scripted or not? There were some things like the one girl I think from Brazil, I could not tell if that was scripted or not.
That certainly wasn't. I can tell the way they did it. They did the part where he was hauling the rope first, and then they went back and did the interview part. Like he just set down the rope and did like the second part like immediately after.
That sounds about right. I can see that.
Yeah. Or the guy in the hardware store is like, look, you can do whatever you want. I'm a libertarian.
Yeah, no, I am
like
almost certain.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that part is actually completely unscripted.
Absolutely. Also, like especially the way they were filming. Like that was absolutely guerrilla.
And funny as hell. Like what a great first scene, like not first scene, but what a like honestly started the film off on the right foot there.
Yeah, it's a fun concept for a movie. Like they somehow mistakenly end up going back in time to 2008, and I love the way that Matt discovers he's in 2008.
Oh my god!
In the movie theater watching The Hangover, and like somebody drops the F slur in the movie, and the entire audience laughs, and he just Jim faces the camera like, wait, what?
That is really, honestly, that is so goddamn funny. Because the layer is there to realize why that's funny, why that's why he realizes it. It's so good.
Yeah. It is a really fun movie. It's still in theaters, like at least some. I did like a quick Google before this, so definitely worth seeing if you're just looking for something to have a good chuckle at.
Yeah.
I did also see Iron Lung.
Iron Lung, that was the other one.
Movie.
Yeah, I wanted to see.
Did you see it?
No, I wanted to. Is it good?
I like, you know me. I'm a big fan of like horror movies. I like cosmic horror, and this is it's probably a little too long for its plot, but for what is put to screen, I thought this was a great debut effort from Markiplier as both an actor and a director, in like a full cinematic movie experience. I went and saw it on its like second week, and it was still like, again, another really packed house. Really cool to see that. Gives me a lot of hope for like indie theater projects like moving forward, where not everything has to be these big corporate blockbusters.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna need more and more of these moving forward, considering all like the monopoly that's becoming the industry.
Yeah, and I'm also somebody that never played the Iron Lung game, but just by watching the movie, I can understand what makes the people who love that game love that game. It seems like such an interesting horror concept for something where like you're just kind of traveling around this opaque ocean of blood blind with only like an x-ray machine for you to see. And I was very pleasantly surprised to hear slash see both Elsie Lovelock and Mick Lauer in the movie, which were fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. Man, it's so neat to know that I recently just put something out with a movie star. That's so cool. That's so cool.
They're in the movie.
Yeah, no. Like
I'm very happy with how it came out. I personally am a fan. If I had to like, I recommend it for anybody who like really likes cosmic horror. I don't think you're missing anything by seeing it on a smaller screen when it comes out. But if you can find it on a big screen and want to support indie filmmaking, please do. Like it's really cool that Markiplier like fully self-funded this movie. Like this is all him from like production to distribution, and that's really
wild.
Cool.
That's so wild. I was this close to saying "Have fun, stay safe, don't die," or "Stay safe, have fun, don't die." I don't know. I almost saw that one, which I've heard is good, but just because of circumstances, we didn't end up seeing it. So I do want to see that one. I'm probably going to see Iron Will. I really want to.
Iron Lung, yeah.
Sorry, Iron Lung.
Yeah, it's worth it for a watch. I can see like I was sitting like probably like a couple seats down from like a I don't know, some 18 to 20 something brought their parents with them to see it, and I could tell the parents had no idea what the hell is going on, because it's cosmic horror in the way that it doesn't explain what's happening like nearly at all. It's a lot of it is context clues, and like you can pick up on it if you have like good media literacy, but if you're just going there to see like a movie that's going to explain to you everything that's happening, it does a decent job of letting you know what's going on, but it leaves enough blanks in there that your mind has to kind of connect some things, and maybe you're wrong, maybe you're right, but that's kind of the element of cosmic horror.
Yeah, no, that is a staple. So if you're unfamiliar with the concept, or just one of those people who needs everything explained to you, yeah, cosmic horror is not going to be your jive.
Yeah,
I
definitely
know.
not.
I definitely know some people like that. For me, I actually am getting more into cosmic horror because one of my friends is doing a cosmic horror movie night thing that we're starting soon. So yeah, I'm going to be watching a lot more of that.
What's on their lists? Like things like The Void, The Thing, what?
We actually just watched The Thing not too long ago, which first time for me. A lot of fun. I could seeing the cultural influences from that film it play out. It's again, it's an osmosis thing. Everything in there I'd kind of already seen from other later projects, so it's really cool to see the progenitor of that.
Yeah, definitely throw The Void in that list, because The Void is very similar to The Thing. Like there's a lot of Thing DNA in that.
Yeah, the Void's on there too. So is the Color of Space, the Color from Outer Space. I can't remember what it's called. I keep calling it The Color Purple.
Very different movie.
yes, very different movie. But yeah, I'm excited because I am getting more into cosmic horror. So yeah, it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm gonna have them put Iron Lung on the list.
Yeah, it's great to see that. I love seeing fellow internet creators just blowing up and doing great things, and
not be Mr. Beast.
And not be miserable either. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love seeing it because kind of somewhat sad news hearing that Smiling Friends is ending because the creators are like, yeah, no, we've kind of did what we want to do. Like, and like Zach and Michael came out and announced that, and kind of on a relatable level, they just kind of felt that burnout. And it's like, I kind of want to end on a high note here.
Yeah, wild.
Yep, I get it.
Yeah, it's rather wild. To be completely fair, 3 seasons of a show is nothing to sneeze at. Even if they were short,
especially with the kind of esoteric comedy that it was.
Yeah, it does. Look, I think the 3rd season is maybe its strongest. I think it's on par with its 1st season. I definitely think its 2nd season is its weakest. It definitely feels like in that 3rd season they kind of pulled out all of their stops.
I think it was pretty strong throughout, honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
I know we have 2 more episodes coming still.
Yeah, but so. I'm not saying season 2 was weak or anything.
No, stop being a hater.
I'm just saying. It was like by the time season 3 ended, I was really excited for season 4. When season 2 ended, I was like, I definitely I hope that there's more better beyond this. But yeah, apparently, we only have 2 more episodes coming, and well, I guess that's it.
And that's not to say that they aren't going to make other things in the future, or maybe even dip back into Smiling Friends should the need arise. They obviously have the contacts to pitch things, which is really cool. So I'm very excited to see what they have in the future as well.
Honestly, I'm kind of sad that they're not because I feel like they could have negotiated a movie. Not like maybe not of like a full theatrical release movie, but I think they could have done a movie, and I think it could have been really
curious
funny.
How well their style of humor translates to long form content, because one of the biggest strengths of those shows is how short they are and how much they pack into each episode. Like their joke per minute is insane.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy, but that's why I would love to see it. I would love to see what they could do with something a little bit longer form. I'd love to because God knows that moving away from DBZA, I wanted to experiment a lot. I wanted to do other things. I'd love to see what a full-length feature from them would look like. I think they could do something really cool. Just because they're really creative, they're off the wall. They've got a bunch of amazing people working with them. I just think it's just a little bit sad, if only just because, man, they were doing it unlike anybody else on TV at the time.
It was very refreshing and new.
Yeah.
In kind of it was like when Rick and Morty first came out. It's like, oh, this is different. This is unique. This is something special. It had that je ne sais quoi about it when it popped up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Beyond that, though, video game wise, have you touched on? You have a thing.
Yeah. You probably haven't seen it because I haven't heard. You didn't bring it up, and I haven't heard anything about it. But I did watch Pluribus.
Familiar, but I have not seen it.
Vince Gilligan's new show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the one with the hive mind.
Yeah. So you haven't seen it, which unfortunate, but I highly recommend. It's very good. It's extremely unnerving. Really, everything you love about Vince Gilligan is there, but now he's got a completely new kind of story he's telling.
Yeah, doing a high concept sci-fi kind of thing.
It's brilliant. It's so good.
I'll probably wait for it to have at least 1 full season out.
It's out.
Oh, is it already a full season?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have to watch it on Apple TV or rent it from Blockbuster.
I'll have to go rent it from Blockbuster then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, there's so many shows. I've been catching up on. I'm staying up to date on The Pit. I still really like The Pit.
I need to see The Pit. I gotta see The Pit.
And I've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is much more of a comedy than any of the other George R.R. Martin.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, Game of Thrones world stuff.
Yeah,
it's actually very funny.
I've heard it's a little bit more lighthearted fare.
It's a much more like personalized adventure as opposed to like a grand wide scope of a political intrigue machine.
Okay.
So I definitely like, and each episode's only like 20 minutes to 40 minutes, so you're not sitting there for like an hour waiting for something to happen. It's very digestible.
I never had that problem with Game of Thrones seasons
Me
1
either.
through 5, so
Yeah. But I can see why, like, dedicating yourself to, like, especially if you want to binge something, an hour per episode for, like, a 20-something episode season is...
Yeah, well, Pluribus is, was it 8 or 10 episodes?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd be more curious about it if I wasn't completely burned on Game of Thrones. Anything associated... It's sort of like me...
Did you ever watch House of the Dragon or any of that?
No.
Right.
No. Because once something is soured for me, it's very hard to go. Honestly, the fact that I went back, Andor is so good that it got me to go back to a Star Wars thing after
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah,
Rise of Skywalker just killed Star Wars for so many people, myself included.
Between Rise of Sky, like Cosmonaut Marcus talked about this. Between it and Kenobi at the time, and then there was what that other Star Wars TV show that came out, the one with the twins.
Oh, Acolyte or something.
Yeah, Acolyte. Between those three things, like, and I'm somebody who wanted a second season of Acolyte. I did. I felt like there were so many good things in that first season that they could have improved on, that I wanted a second season of that. It didn't get a second season, meaning that's all it got. Then we got Kenobi, which is heavily flawed and lame. Mandalorian,
but more fun in places.
Yeah, Mandalorian took a jump off a cliff with its third season, and we're like, yeah, no. The fact that Andor season 2 was able to pull me back. Yeah, once a franchise burns me on it, I don't care how good its spin-offs are. I can't.
Andor is just particularly good. Like, you just have something well written enough, and I can deal.
It's insane. I don't think you'll find anybody who doesn't agree that Andor is the best Star Wars thing to come out since the originals.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of video games, have you touched on Resident Evil Requiem yet?
I bought it. I haven't played it yet. I'm definitely going to.
I think I'm about like halfway through. I don't really know how long the game actually is because I've been avoiding spoilers like a good boy. I feel like I'm around that midway point through the game. I've been enjoying it so far. I like that there are two distinct play styles.
Yeah.
When you're playing as Grace, it's very much the, like, you're really survival horroring that one, like really managing your inventory. And she seems to be like the bulk of the, at least the like the part of the game I played so far. She's kind of like the bulk of the story.
I think that's good. I think because for me, I definitely have enjoyed the remakes. I haven't played 4. I want to play 4. I want to play the remake for 4. I will say, 4 is so recent to me that I'm not that excited about the changes. I heard it's very good.
Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah, but like modern Resident Evil has definitely kind of zigged and zagged when it comes to how it approaches the gameplay, because gosh knows in 7 there's very little in the way of like full-on action.
Yeah, because there are so few actual enemies that you can hurt.
Yeah. 8 introduced more action. Now, this is after fucking 5 and 6.
Yeah.
6 nobody considers...
6, which is basically like Call of Duty or Gears of War.
Yeah, fuck 6. Nobody thinks about 6. I think everyone remembers 5 more than anything for being the action-heavy Resident Evil game. And so for me, it's really nice to hear you say that this one is more of the survival horror stuff.
Yes.
With some of the action still. Because
whenever it switches over to Leon, you're going into action hero mode. Like, he's running around there. He's got like the big guns. He's been in this for a while. He like a zombie gets in his face, he whips out a tomahawk and like slices the top of his head off. Like that's Leon. And
that's sick. Leon, I do like how it's so funny because we talk about 5, and 5 is where Chris Redfield feels like
boulder punching, beef tank.
Exactly. But Leon Kennedy, after like all the animated films that came out with him, after 4 and 6, he's kind of like, nah, I'm the zombie killing master. All right, you have a like he comes in there and he cleans up, and I love that. That's a really good role for him to be in, because frankly, Chris Redfield is boring.
Chris Redfield is like he's like a Jack Reacher type. He's like your quintessential beef tank action hero. Leon is closer to a John Wick.
Yeah. He's a little bit wiry, but he's honed his skills to a fine point, and I love that shit. I'm here for that shit. So yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm very excited. Everyone has said it's their favorite Resident Evil since.
It's very good so far.
Yeah.
So as far as I have played so far, it is very good.
So yeah, because everyone's like, oh, it's my favorite since 4. It's my favorite since 2. It's my favorite since the 2 remake, and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I can't wait.
Yeah. No, highly recommend. But let's get on to the meat of our discussion here, because I want to geek out a bit. Jujutsu Kaisen. We didn't really talk about season 2 very much, so I think it would be good to kind of start near the end of season 2, because that directly reflects where we're at right now, being an ongoing story and all that.
I was so, as somebody who read the manga and I've read all of the manga, so when season 2 was coming out, I was so excited because the Shibuya arc, the Shibuya incident is, it's kind of the thing Jujutsu Kaisen is sort of known for at this point.
Yeah, I'll say so far in terms of plot, the Shibuya incident's definitely more interesting to me than the Culling Games.
Yeah, that's not to spoil. That's not probably gonna change much.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to, frankly.
Yeah, the stuff that happens from here on out is interesting. We're gonna get a lot of really complicated and unique power sets.
Yeah, we're starting to enter JoJo territory a bit.
Oh yeah, no, we're about to JoJo the fuck out.
I've been getting like, and the cursed users in general kind of have that element about them to begin with, but now every time we run into a new person, I'm like, I sense an enemy stand. Like,
yeah, no, you are.
What's your weird ability?
Yeah, we are in that place of, okay, what's your stand ability? And I'm going to say I'm hoping that the anime will elevate some of the manga's weaker moments, because this arc is, one, incredibly long. Like it is, oh boy, this season is called the Culling Game Part 1.
Yeah.
And that's the whole season.
It's kind of like how Demon Slayer is turning the Infinity Castle into 3 seasons / 3 movies.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot like, it's in some ways kind of similar to what we got with Attack on Titan. It's a long story. It's harder to like really pack this up into one season.
Is this the finale, or is there something beyond it?
No, because the Culling Games, the rest of the series is essentially the Culling Games. There, you could say that like near the end.
It does feel very climactic. Like everything's kind of coming to a head here, because at the end of season 2, we had the brain demon Kenjaku.
Yeah, Kenjaku
eats Mahito, who felt like an endgame threat, and so now he has an elevated version of his power just kind of baked into him. So it's like, okay, yeah, now I can curse everybody, but I need a certain amount of energy to do so. I can turn everybody into monsters.
Yeah, and it's been, man, it is so hard to follow the plot of Jujutsu Kaisen if you're not paying very close attention, unfortunately. Which
yeah,
I do think
there have been times where I've had to go back and like, so wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do think the anime is going out of its
spoiler
way.
warning, by the way, for Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah, if you're watching,
blurt some shit out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything past these episodes, I promise. But yeah, we're talking about season 3, so if you haven't seen season 2, get out of here, go, or stick around if you don't mind spoilers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kenjaku. So I do think the anime is going out of its way to kind of help elaborate / emphasize certain details. God knows that we got an entire episode that was just about the rules of this game, which I actually thought was a good episode, which is amazing.
I had to pause like every couple of seconds, because if you can't read Japanese, the subtitles aren't up there long enough.
No, they're
Not for
really
my
not.
brain.
They're really not. That is the one unfortunate feature of this season, is that there is so much writing.
A lot of text.
A lot of text. So you're going to be pausing a lot.
It makes me yearn for the days of the Hunter x Hunter narrator.
Oh, boy.
But that would add like 30 minutes to every episode, I think, with how much text we're given.
I mean, Tengen was giving us some rundown.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say was so in one of the latest episodes, actually, I think the latest episode, there's that scene with that girl from Itadori's class. Mm-hmm. And Kenjaku says something along the lines of, by the way, thank you for spending time with my son.
Yeah, being nice to my son.
Yeah. So did you catch the one like quick scene we see of his mom?
Yeah, I picked up on that because this entire season appears to be introducing the idea that Kenjaku has been jumping from host to host and siring children, but it happens to be like Kenjaku happens to be Itadori's mom,
which is just completely
out of pocket. I love it.
Blink and you'll miss it, and it's one of the biggest details in the entire fucking.
It's not that blink and you miss it, because you get that flashback with his grandfather, and he talks like, "You need to stay away from that woman," blah blah blah. And his father, it seems like, he's given off this energy of a serial killer. It's like, "What are you talking about, Dad?" Blah blah blah. And then pan over to the mom who has head stitches. It's like, okay, I see it now. Good twist.
Yeah, I mean, but it is just that's the scene.
It doesn't go out of its way to explain that, but if you're media literate and are paying attention and aren't just staring at your phone, you would notice the one defining factor of the brain demon.
And I was reading the manga, so when I saw that, it was clear as day, and I was like, wait, hold on, is that what they're saying? And yeah, in the anime, they were like, yeah, by the way, that's definitely my kid.
Yeah.
Which also that ties into Chozo and all that stuff.
We have a lot of people who are introduced as apparently just being sired by this ancient demon who's looking to reincarnate or kind of create a super being. In this case, I guess capable of being Sukuna's vessel.
Yeah, it's wild. It's such a wild story, and it keeps escalating, and the rules. Ah, man. No, but yeah, this season starts out so strong too. I have to look up the director for this season and who's show running this, because oh my god, they're doing crazy shit.
Every fight scene is insane, and I just want to step back to the ending of season 2, because that's where we're kind of reintroduced to Yuta, who hasn't been a character since the movie.
Oh, Yuta!
I love the introduction of Yuta in season 2, where he's just kind of. He shows up by killing a cursed spirit that was about to attack a little girl, and he's just so calm, and it's like, hey, what are you doing out here? How's it going? And then the creature moves and it explodes off to the side, and he watches her head track, and he's just being calm because he doesn't know if he can see it or if the child can see it. And then he that good boy moment where he's like, no, you don't need to see that. You can see him too, huh? And he's just being very calm and friendly. I'm like, oh, such a pure boy. I love him.
So, yeah. Yuta, man. Yuta is interesting to me because I don't love the movie that much. I actually kind of, as time has gone on, it's sort of soured a little bit for me.
I went back and rewatched it. Funny enough, I appreciated it more the second time I watched it, so I think I had the kind of the opposite experience as you.
Okay. Yeah. But Yuta as a character is exceptionally good in the show and in the manga. I felt like in his own story he was kind of whatever, but what they're doing with him now is, I love this. He's a great addition to this cast, and yeah, the way he interacts with Itadori and everyone else.
So the one part I'm kind of confused on, and maybe this is something that was they introduced so many concepts that I either lose track of over time. Who is the council that he is trying to work for that Gojo hates, but also seems to be detached from Tengen?
So they're basically the people who run the schools. They're the people who, well, I think were. It's complicated. Yeah, they're basically the Jujutsu Council.
But they also seem to be detached from Tengen in a way that when Tengen calls for help, he brings in Itadori and all these other people. It's like, hey, I need protection. Some shit's going down. But everybody else is like, we want to kill that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, it's complicated.
Yeah, the politics in the world of Jujutsu Kaisen, it definitely has gone over my head. And that's probably just because I'm an idiot, but maybe
it's Gege Akutami loves to do critique of politics and government. They're incredibly progressive. If you look at the stories that they tell, I
don't doubt it. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, in the sequel manga, which I'm not going to go into any details, there's a lot of stuff in there that tells you that, oh yeah, he's got some critiques of the conservatives. In fact, there's some of that in this season too. He does not like old-fashioned fogies trying to.
Yeah, especially with Maki.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. We'll go into.
Love me that. I can talk for an hour about that episode specifically.
Oh yeah. No. That is currently the highlight of this season. It's a season full of amazing shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of great fight scenes this season, but I think that's a top 3 moment in the show for me. And it doesn't involve Toto, which is insane.
I know, right? Yeah. It's definitely. We'll go into that episode soon. Because we gotta.
How can you not?
But I really love the direction that we're seeing in this season. They're doing so many creative things with the camera.
A lot of rotoscoping.
Yeah, definitely a lot of rotoscoping, which is fine.
I like the style. Like, I'm not saying that as a critique. I say it because I think it's a fun way to do a scene.
Yeah, we're also seeing insanely dynamic shots. Shit that is movie quality. It's wild. Every episode has another standout. God knows and weirdly enough, one of my favorite scenes from this season is one of those rotoscope scenes. Because when I was reading the manga, it's a bunch of different panels, a bunch of different shots. But in this scene where Itadori is talking to, he's voiced by
Hikari.
Hikari? Is it Hikari? I think it's Hikari.
It's the blonde dude with like the crazy jack shoulders.
With Zoro's voice actor, yeah. Yeah. If you go back, you'll hear it. But it is the fact that they hold on that shot the entire time is just.
Yeah, and he's just like doing like mannerisms, like just moving around the couch and like leaning, and then they look at the phone.
Yeah, and oh my God, I love that moment because in that moment, things go deathly quiet, and you wonder why. Why isn't he picking up the phone?
You know something's up.
Yeah, and how that just, oh my God, it's so good, and the entire season's like
it's
just
very it's very Kurosawa, that moment. If you've ever seen any of his gangster movies.
Yeah, I can absolutely see that. It's something. It was inspired by the same stuff Tarantino, I think, was inspired by,
which was Kurosawa.
Yeah. And so it's such a it's just one scene, but in a season that's just full of great shots like that. They're really being experimental, and it's benefiting the plot greatly.
I weirdly really like the scenes where like they are clearly rotoscoped and they're moving around and the characters just don't have a face. It's like, why do I think that's kind of cool? Like, you're obviously doing it to like eliminate mouth flaps and like maybe save some time on the animation, but it's like, I'm kind of okay with this. I don't need all the detail there, and I think it's like stylized and neat.
Yeah, it's an incredibly stylized season. Again, just it's those little details that bring it up beyond just like, because again, I think Akutami's writing here is the weakest out of all of Jujutsu Kaisen. So what we're getting here is elevating not weak writing, but less strong writing from his previous seasons. It
is something that like the show is absolutely super benefited from the fact that like the animation teams behind it are so fucking insanely talented.
I'm just hoping, because we know that season 2 was wrought with scheduling issues. I'm praying to God season 3 has been smoother for them all. If we're looking at just the pure output, it would seem that way, because we're getting incredible stuff. So I'm hoping that, there isn't blood smeared all over every cell of this show.
Yeah, animators they're very overworked and underappreciated.
Yes, incredibly, especially unfortunately by Mappa. I feel like I'm compromising even watching the show and knowing what happened with season 2. But
you want to support the work too. It's like so hard.
Yeah. It's difficult. You know, we're all making our own decisions. I will say they all deserve all their kudos, and I'm praying to God that this helps make more careers.
For sure. Like it's so beautiful, and like the pinnacle of it this season so far has to be that entire episode with Maki.
Yeah.
Where she finally, you know, gets on like Toji's level. Like
so it was kind of like Maki, they kind of don't cover what happened to Maki in the end of season 2, because she basically gets one shot by the volcano guy. Mm-hmm. And you're kind of wondering, is that it? Because everyone else who got one shot by that guy died.
Yeah, she survived because of her pact, basically. They gave her like insane resilience.
Yeah. And now she's covered in scars, and kind of like, it won't lie,
it works. It's working.
She's badass as hell.
Mm-hmm. And so you have that scene where, like, you know, she's just like, hey, I need to go get some cursed weaponry so that we can, you know, face off against all of these like reincarnated sorcerers and just people that are against us. So I'm gonna go raid the Zenin vaults. She shows up, has a very brief like standoff with her dad, who just handles her.
Yeah.
It's
such a, I love the way that plays out. There's no over explanation. It's just quick.
It's like,
done.
You thought you could stop me by breaking my blade? I'm a sorcerer.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that makes sense. And then like the tragic sacrifice of her sister, and just like knowing how shitty her family has been to her and her sister. And that was just enough to make it all click. Not only does she now have like a very powerful manufactured weapon from like the very essence of her sister's soul, I guess at this point, all of her cursed energy. But now she's just like, nope, I cut away my earthly tethers, and I am going to ascend to a realm beyond Jujutsu sorcery. Basically what Toji did.
Yep. And she... Oh man, talk about leaving no crumbs. Oh
my
boy.
God! Like the moment the dad turns around, I was like, "Wait, where'd all those cursed things go?" All right, I guess I should have finished the job. Come back.
Yeah,
done.
no, watching the top of his head just like float down to the ground.
And she doesn't even look back. It's like, I don't. Whatever. Yeah. Like, because these people are nothing to her now.
Yep.
Those ties are gone, and then we get the sickest fight scene in the longest while in this show. Like, we were talking about Tarantino. This is definitely vibes of Crazy 88. Like, this is, you know, the bride storming Oren Ishii's place. And, oh my God, fucking love it. Like, her just, like, ducking under things. How would you be, like, the third guy to go, like, the fifth, or, like, you know, the 10th dude that's, like, just charging, after seeing everybody getting slaughtered?
Yeah, honest to God, I'm kind of surprised we didn't see at least one or two dudes be like, nah, fuck it, I'm out. I'm done. No, I'm not doing this.
Not doing it.
Yeah, no.
She's styling on it, and once again, the animators animating to this the music just hitting so hard. She's just like flashing around everywhere, like delivering kicks, slices, ducking under blades. The part where she's like just moving forward and Nosferatu gliding on the blood, standing like nose to nose with a dude. I lost my shit, dude.
Yeah, I was about to say, I lost my shit. Her just gliding over the dude and then 1-inch punching him. Holy goddamn.
Such a, like, again, this is like a top 3 scene in the show.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. And then, like, as I do think the subsequent fight against the Hei or whatever, those dudes.
the elites.
Yeah,
it's not as good. Not as good though.
Yeah, but then, oh man, so her
except for the speed blitz guy, I did like that bit. As contextually confusing as some of the action and choreography was in that bit, it's the animators still fucking ate, man. Like it was beautiful.
Yeah, I had to go back and read the manga to understand one specific part where he touches her shoulder. There was some stuff that was like, okay, this was obviously animated by some spectacular people, but there is some context lost in the animation there about how things are working and like some action. That being said, there may not be a more satisfying hit in the entire show. Oh my god.
I hold that hit up there with like
Luffy punching the fucking celestial dragon.
Either Luffy punching the celestial dragon or Luffy punching Bellamy. Like Bellamy punch is probably one of the most satisfying punches in all of anime to me. But I loved the fact that it paused like the moment he went unconscious, and it three-peated it like the and you know that like the pause moment is the moment that he lost consciousness, and I love that.
Yeah. And I like how it plays into the whole, if his motion is thrown off at any point, he freezes. So yeah, it's very good. It's phenomenal.
And then his like face just kind of turns into a bag of crunchy cereal. Like it's loved that.
Yeah, it's.
I kind of wish he had just died there instead of like
the thing with the mom.
Yeah, the thing with the mom. Like I don't know. Was that supposed to be like a moment of redemption for her, despite being horrible mother?
I think I do think that is a little bit of a. These people are toxic or we're gonna kill it. Like ultimately, we're bad for each other in the first place, and I sort of like that. That's how that all goes down. I kind of dig that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I just.
Also,
I don't know.
One other thing, and I love this. The episode opens and ends on the exact same shot, just for her walking in and then her walking away.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Fucking great. I cannot wait for her to re-show back up into the plot, because like she has gone from like being a cool character, a character that I really like and enjoy, to now being maybe my second favorite character.
It is sort of interesting how that entire scene plays out separately from like later than the subsequent episodes. In fact, it isn't until I think the episode that we're currently on that's happening now in the background. That's because when Fujigoto is like, yeah, by the way, I'm the head of the Zenin clan, and Hakari is like, oh,
really?
Hey man, you want to be friends?
Yeah, we could be friends now, I guess.
Which, by the way, this is so bizarre, and I'm not gonna say it's good or bad, but it's just bizarre. Do you know who plays him in the dub?
No.
Yuri goddamn Lowenthal is
Gaara
playing
himself.
Oh
wait, no.
Uchiha. He's Sasuke.
Oh, gotcha. Sasuke.
Yeah.
I confused my Narutos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gaara's Liam.
Yeah. Weird. It's a weird thing to hear, because the moment I'm like, wait a second, that's angry Spider-Man voice, but like casual. What? This is strange.
Yeah, we're in a part where we're starting to get introduced to like a bajillion characters, which I am never going to keep track. And I hope the Culling Game lives up to its name, because I will never be able to keep track of all these people.
There's one character, and again, I'm not going to spoil anything. We've already been introduced to him. And you've seen him in the opening, and I cannot wait. I cannot.
Phoenix Wrong?
No. We've been introduced to him, which Higuruma is also one of my favorite characters. No, it's the guy with the half suit. We've seen him once, and it was when he was bombing in the comedy club. I cannot wait for his episodes. I'm over here like, okay, we got done with the Maki stuff. Now I'm just waiting for like 2 other big things to happen, and he's part of that.
Yeah, meanwhile, you have Yuta out there just kind of in the background doing his own thing, because it was very interesting how they kind of explained the power scope in this show now, where it's like, oh yeah, Satoru Gojo is just like the most powerful person, but it's not because he has the most aura. Like, Yuta has more aura and like more power than Gojo in theory. But Gojo's powers are just so efficient.
Yeah, his use of his cursed energy combined with his power made him unstoppable. The only way to stop him was literally to take him out of the game.
Yeah, it's like he's able to cast a black hole for 1 mana. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, let's be honest, one of the coolest scenes in all of season 2 was when for a split second he uses his domain and then in the brief moment he has to move, slaughters all those demons while fucking polyrhythm music, jazz blares in the background. Holy shit.
No, yeah, another top 5 moment in the show.
Yeah, but there are other characters out there who are stronger than him in terms of like ability. So, and Yuta's like, Yuta fucking manhandles Itadori.
Yuta is on Gojo's level, like in terms of like what kind of threats they can deal with.
Yeah.
But he's just not as efficient with his mana. But I do love how that played in. It's like, yeah, no, this guy, like, normally I'd be able to avoid punches by just reading where the energy's coming from, but his energy's everywhere. I can't read this.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's like standing in a hurricane.
Yeah, I love shit like that. I love shit like that.
Or like you balance the powers in such like a different way. Like, yeah, no, I can't avoid this guy's punches because everything around him is energy. I have no idea where they're coming from.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't, you're not playing the same game now. Sorry. But yeah, and the last 2 episodes, oh my God, they're doing such cool things with a lot of these fight scenes. Watching Yuji like slide under the propeller and just like,
yeah, go gadget man.
Yeah.
And his airplane wife.
It's great. Also, okay, I gotta ask and be honest. I might sound like the idiot here. Did you have any trouble with Kirara's? I think it was Kirara's power. The whole like star, the constellation power.
Once they explained it, like as soon as they said it was a constellation, I'm like, okay, but you can't like. In my head, I did think like, okay, so we're not just thinking 2-dimensionally. It is in 3 dimensions. So it's whichever one's closest to the next thing. It still is kind of a confusing power. But as soon as like they were talking about constellations, but then how am I supposed to know who to hit next? I'm like, if it's the next closest one, I'm like, you're only thinking in 2 dimensions. Like that's where my brain went.
Yeah.
And then the show like went on to explain that, but it is a confusing power. I don't like blame anybody that doesn't think outside the box for like needing it explained, and I appreciate the show for going in to explain it.
I admittedly had a little bit of trouble with that one. But
once it was explained, you're like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, no, I was able to grasp it finally. But it is that kind of shit is what we should expect moving forward. Like really, really wild abilities, and man, we haven't even seen Hakare's power. Like, is that his name? I've got to double check because I keep saying Hakare, and I'm almost certain that's right. Yeah, Kinji Hakare. Okay, cool. We haven't been saying anything wrong. I just remember him as Kinji. His power, we haven't even seen his yet, and let me tell you, it's wild.
Okay. Yeah, because all we've seen is just him beating the shit out of Itadori, fisticuff style, which I kind of liked that beat where like it's kind of a rote trope where it's just like, no, I'm just going to endure this until you agree with me. Like probably my favorite version of that was Gon in the Hunter exam, but
yeah, we've seen.
Like, I'm just gonna keep getting beaten up until you agree to my demands, because I'm just gonna show you like this. I don't have passion for what we're doing. Yes, you fucking do. Shut up. Like you're a cog, but like you're a piece of the machine, but you know the stakes.
Yeah, it's a really interesting. Yuji Itadori in this story is so fascinating to me because he's unlike any other shonen protagonist. I feel like contemporarily or even in the past, his motivations, his personality. I mean, his personality is a little bit similar to the ones that we've seen, but his actual motivation and the way he's responding and acting, it's so different.
Yeah, and part of me, like, I was kind of hoping that we'd get some of like Itadori's like inner thoughts, because, or at least a little bit more of it, because when he's just talking about like, no, I don't have passion, I'm just a cog. I thought he was, and maybe this is part of his psychology. Maybe he was getting his ass beat because he was unable to stop Sukuna, and he has that like deep inner guilt for slaughtering tens of thousands of people in Shinjuku.
I think the big thing for him right now is that he is still dealing with a lot of that guilt. He's still dealing with a lot of that internalized hatred and conflict. And I think one of the ways that he's always kind of gone about this, but especially now, is that he doesn't see himself as special. He doesn't see himself as the main character. He sees himself as a person with abilities, and he has a role to play, and he's going to play that role to the best of his ability. He's going to sacrifice everything in him to do this particular job because he knows that it's for the greater good. Yeah. This is the only way that he can atone for what had happened and do something good with his life. And so
he knows he needs to get stronger in order to deal with what is happening.
Yeah. And so here he's like, I'm going to keep getting back up because we need you. I love that. I think that's such an interesting way because it makes him almost in a way. There are passive characters and then there are proactive characters, and he's found this way to kind of straddle the line where, yeah, he's passive until he has his goal, in which case he's gonna fucking do it. And I love that.
And it usually comes about when Toto's around and like talking him up. It's like, come on, let's do this shit. It's like, you're right.
Yeah.
This is why I'm waiting for him to show up again. The show always like takes a nice step up as soon as Toto hits the scene.
Yeah, but do you know Toto's gonna show up again?
I don't know that he's gonna show up again. Like I'm as blind about what's coming next as anything.
Yeah.
For example, when Yuta was showing up to hunt him down, I knew that Yuta wasn't there to kill Itadori just for the sake of killing him. But when he did kill him, I thought it was going to be because he wanted to bring out Sukuna to test his powers against him.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was going to be like a stab him in the heart, Sukuna comes out, and then have that fight. Instead, it was like I killed you and then instantly healed you.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that this show recognizes that no, you can die and be brought back like a couple of like moments after you die. No, your soul doesn't immediately like disappear for good. That doesn't make any sense.
I made sure your heart stopped, so I stuck to my word as I told the people I would.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna let you stay, Dad. I kind of need you. Gojo told me to help you.
I won't lie. I love JoJo Part 4. Adore it. The fact that he heals his dad, but it doesn't bring him back to life bothered the hell out of me because I'm like, no, he literally put everything back in the place it's supposed to go. People die and come back to life all of the time. This is bullshit. So I'm glad that this story is like, no, you can die and then come back. It's not a like, obviously you need the things to do it, but
Itadori's done it several times now.
Yes, he keeps. God, this boy has died. Like
He's died more than Krillin.
He's died twice. Has he died more than twice?
It was the let's see. There was the first death where everybody believed he was dead. Is this only the second time?
I feel like
I could have sworn he died one more time, but
I feel like
you're probably right.
Yeah.
Wait, no, his heart got removed. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, no, that was the. Never mind.
That was the thing.
I'm stupid.
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay. Look, we're 3 seasons in, and let me tell you, the story for Jujutsu Kaisen is nice and complicated.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, it is. It's really cool. And yeah, Yuta. Honestly, I remember when I was reading that for the first time, thinking, there's no way that he's actually out there doing the bidding of the of this society, right? That like of the council. And I do appreciate. There's a part of me that loves characters playing the rules again because it killed him, then brought him back, and it's like,
yeah. No, I agreed to my contract. I did what my contract said. Yeah. And I liked that whole bit where Yuji was just kind of like running away that whole time, and you just stalking him like a slasher killer. Like,
yeah,
he just kind of shows up, stares blankly. It's like, yeah, no, I'm just not really an issue for me, bro.
Yeah, Yuji has some unique abilities that helps him stand out, and that like will aid him moving forward. But a lot like Gon from Hunter x Hunter, he's still a medium fish in a pond full of fish, full of whales. Yeah.
He's a medium-sized fish in a vast ocean of horrible, deep dwelling creatures.
Yeah, and it's really great to see him like navigate this. In fact, in the next episode with Higuruma, I'm so excited. That guy is one of my favorite characters in this in this whole
it'll
arc.
probably be out by the time this Talkcast goes live. We're still only talking like in the middle of the season here, so
Yeah, you can tell how Gege Akutami feels about the law and the Japanese court system as well. The fact that he's like, yeah, there's a 99.7% conviction rate, and even if you succeed on the first time, they'll get you the second time. And
yeah, the fact that they can have an appeal after you're found guilty is crazy.
I mean, that happens
Or after you're found innocent.
That can happen in America too. They can appeal, but it's the American court system is different than the Japanese court system. It's
we have double jeopardy here at the very least. You can't be tried twice for the same crime.
Well, kind of. It's a whole thing, but it is remarkable that he's like, nah, I'm gonna make an entire character about the injustice in our court system, and it's devastating. That whole bit is like, this. I was not expecting in my Jujutsu Kaisen to have this social commentary and have it hurt this badly, and that whole scene with the fucking tub and
just laying in the tub on the stage is like, this bro's so extra. I love it.
Yeah. Honestly, I won't lie to you. If there was a character I could play in this entire season, I would fucking love to play him. Right. Oh man, that's the guy. I'm like, shit, I love this dude. I would kill. But
got to get ourselves some agents, bro. No, it's such a fun show, and you kind of need it. Like, I think any sort of modern media needs a little extra complexity because we've been told the same story over and over and over again. It's like you can't just do Dragon Ball again, you know?
Yeah, and
so you need that little extra layer of complexity when you're trying to do another shonen show.
Yeah, what I will say about things like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and to a certain extent, even things like My Hero, and here we have with Jujutsu Kaisen, is that there is a lot of focus on strategy. On okay, you have all of the details. Now, how does this fit together to create a victory? Yeah. To be completely frank, it's the best part about Hunter x Hunter. All of those wins are strategy. All of those wins are like there's no this is the power of friendship or this is the power of perseverance.
It's the exact thing that like Bisky tells Killua. It's like you're going into a fight always assuming that somebody who's a level higher than you is always going to be better. Like that they're always on their A game. But what if you at your best is better than them when they better than them when they're at their worst?
Yeah. Or even
if you just have a power that's counterintuitive to what their power is.
Or what if just fights don't take place in a vacuum?
Yeah.
Like they're better than you, but you might be smarter, or you might get an advantage.
Yeah, or like the environment might be to your advantage.
Exactly.
Like,
and that's
the fact that like the ending of the Chimera Ant arc where they're fighting the Royal Guard, who are outclass them by like millions of miles in terms of like just pure Nen output, but they're able to use their unique abilities to mitigate that and like find ways to synergize to take down a insurmountable threat.
Yeah, and we saw even in Jujutsu, like in this season, Kirara should not be like, she has no business fighting these guys in a 1-to-1 brawl. But her power is so unique that she almost takes out, she's able to like keep off 3 different opponents for a while. And that's so cool. And
she's able to fight off Megumi's like kung fu rabbits. I love his
those
kung fu
fucking
rabbits.
Those fucking rabbits are broken as hell, and I adore them.
I love every time you see one just like doing a roundhouse kick, like what?
Yeah, no,
the Toji one always sticks out to me.
Oh yeah, and not to mention, oh god, yeah, that shit was amazing. And yeah, in season 2, we also got a little bit of that. Like, it's throughout the series, but one of my favorite moments is where Yuji and Chozo are fighting. And Yuji's like, okay, this guy's got me beat. I can't defeat this ability. But if I get him in a room with water, I have an advantage. Now, he still loses that fight because Chozo, unfortunately, he has countermeasures. He does come up with a way to beat that. But it's so good to see a series that is so reliant on, no, they're never going to win just because oh, like they stuck it out long enough, or they pulled out that power from a deep reserve. No, it's strategy.
They broke their limits and found like the next level.
Yeah, it's the worst part of Dragon Ball.
You can have a little bit of that. It has to be earned, but you can have a little bit of that. But if you can add like the strategy element to it, it does just take it to that next level.
Yeah, I think JoJo found a good way to do with that by being like, what is your resolve? What are you willing to give up to win this fight? What will you put on the line? And that was a good way to handle that. I mean, that's a great way to be like, okay, because that's terrifying. And so
going back to that Chozo fight, I am glad that we got some actual like look into Itadori's lineage, because for the longest time, like ever since season 2 came out, in that like moment at the end where it's like, no, he's my brother. For a while, I thought it's like, is that his domain? Is he literally just the power of friendship no jutsu?
I know,
like,
right?
Like
yeah, between
between him and Toto, yeah, which everybody else points out too. It's like, is that his ability? Is he just able to make people like him? Like,
I mean, look, affability is a hell of a power, dude.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a unique power, which is why I thought for a while, it's like, maybe that is his innate ability. Maybe Talk no Jutsu is his thing. But then they finally reveal like, no, he's actually related to him by blood. It's like, oh, I guess that's also cool.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It is weird. It's incredibly weird. Also, not for nothing, I want to point out that the opening and endings for this season. Have you watched the opening?
Again. They slap again.
Yeah.
Every opening for this show has been like, great.
Yeah, and
it's up there with like Mob Psycho 100 has like great openings too.
I could see that. Some people are a little torn on what was it? The second opening.
You Are My Special is still better.
I do. I like that
as an opening song.
Yeah, I really like that song.
It's haunting and great for the season.
Yo, right? It, like, when I first heard it, I was a little like, I got into it pretty quickly, but it was like, this is so different from everything else we've gotten in the show. And it fits the season really well. And the one that we've got right now is by the same band. Their name is escaping me, and I feel
Doesn't
bad.
matter. Still good. Look it up.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
And it's more like upbeat and jaunty, which like, again, feels like it fits the vibe of this season a bit more.
One of my favorite shots in the opening is Kenjaku with the like little cylinder looking down into the city. I just fucking love that shot. And then immediately after that, there's Maki walking with all the lights like flickering around behind her. God, just so much good in that opening. And
I really appreciate the Jujutsu openings for not being like, aside from introducing characters that you haven't met yet, like so many shonen shows. Like I can't watch My Hero openings because they're always full of fucking spoilers.
Yeah, they kind of are. Jujutsu
doesn't like hit that. Like it's all very stylized and cool, and while it might give you hints as to what's going to happen, it's not like, and then these guys are gonna fight and then this guy's gonna die.
Yeah, no, like the closest thing to this guy's gonna die is that shot of the principal. That was like, oh, it's just him alone in the street. Oh boy.
Yeah, that was kind of sad and out of nowhere. Like,
yeah, that's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
When it is done with a character, they're either gone or they die. And Akutami was like, yeah, there's no reason for him to be a part of this story, and I need to sell that the council is as merciless as could possibly be.
yeah,
So
and I'm still sitting here like, did Nobara live? Like, is it? I'm still sitting here with that on my mind, which you're not going to spoil. So
that shot, I will say, that fucking shot where Itadori is like, so Nobara, and then Megumi just looks away, and Itadori stops, and like that's it. It fucking, oh my god, it hurts. It is such a painful shot.
Such a great way to enter the climax of that season, like him at his lowest, and then of course the only person that can pull him out of it is Toto.
Yeah, it's it's crazy. Like there's so many good things going on with the show, with the manga, and again, I cannot talk up how much the anime is elevating. Again, not bad material, but it is taking stuff that was less whelming than the Shibuya arc was.
Yeah, now we're like at the end of the last episode, we're left with this moment of Goto walking into this room, which what I assume to be military/government officials.
Yeah, and like the sound of a bomb going off in the background.
Yeah, the like images evocative of a nuke going off in the middle of somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, so like, I did like that in one moment of like when people were actually attacking Goto, somebody who's using a sniper rifle. It's like, yeah, using conventional weapons against sorcerers is a good idea. Like, good call. You didn't do it, but nice try. Like,
yeah. Kintaku's a really fascinating villain, and he's only going to continue to be fascinating moving forward. Oh man, there's so much that's coming up.
I'm excited to keep watching. But what about you guys at home? What have you enjoyed so far? Is Maki your favorite character now? That scene did a lot of heavy lifting. A lot of heavy lifting.
I won't lie. Like, there is something really, really just fucking cool about a character who's like, hey, so all of y'all have this really cool sorcerer ability. My ability, I fucking rock. I just beat ass.
I am just going to, like, it's Rock Lee done right.
I think Rock Lee was done right.
Rock Lee was done just fine, but
this is taking that.
This is
concept.
Rock Lee if you don't leave him in the background.
That being said, there was actually, so here's a fun thing. You know how she takes out the entire family, right?
Yeah.
The dude with the eye ability.
Oh,
you remember him?
The one locking her down, the penitent stare.
Didn't he look not like a bad guy? Like his eyes, his posture, the way he talked and looked. Didn't he look like he was not a shitty dude?
That was the kid, right?
Yeah. Fun fact, he's not a bad guy. Like, Akutami was like, yeah, by the way, this guy was actually really good, but he was still a part of the family, so he was responding and acting according to their rules. That dude got done dirty. The world would have been better off with him alive, but Maki was like, all right, if you're gonna fight me, then it's over. I'm not fucking around.
Again, like when she cut all her tethers. Like,
yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure is the requirement for reaching that level of power that she has. I have no attachment to you. You're trying to stop me. You're dead.
I think that.
Also, my sister told me to burn it all down. You're part of all of it.
Yep. And there's a part of me that does love how those powers work. The fact that as long as one of them is alive, there was always going to be a ceiling. But once she leaves her with the sword, it's like, nope, your limiters are off. Have fun. Go nuts. So yeah, that shit, again, I adore a system with rules that you can play around with and how you can min-max. Basically, it's min-maxing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you give up on a certain type of power to acquire another one.
Yeah, but yeah, sorry,
it's one of the most beautiful things about Jujutsu Kaisen's power system. Yeah, what's everybody enjoying about it so far? Is it, like, what's everybody's favorite character? I'm genuinely curious.
Yeah, no, please tell us your favorite character and tell us what your favorite scene has been so far. Because I have so many. There's so many scenes, just individual moments I can gush about. I want to know what your favorite character is. I want to know what your favorite scene is, action or not. Please get down in the comments and talk about it because it's so much fun.
And feel free to like and subscribe while you're down there, etc., etc. YouTube algorithm. Keep us with our lights on. Always love you. Always appreciate it. This has been the Talkcast Podshow.
Bye.